Hello everyone, this is Penny Z and welcome to Debutante Brawl. Yeah, it's been a while, but you know what? I'm not apologizing, because I always apologize and really, let's just have a change, right? And I do apologize for my dog. Dude, chill. Come here. What? My dogs are crazy. I've been out of town, so my dogs are a little bit in the missing me sort of phase. I hope that's what it is. Maybe they don't care. But anyways, I went down to Savannah for sort of a long weekend during President's Day weekend. And it was kind of like a, fact-finding mission for me, because I've been thinking about going back to school, going back to grad school and trying to get my MFA so that, like I could teach. I would probably, maybe go back for film. I don't know. So we'll see. But it was interesting. Like I kind of, I wanted to see what the grad school was like, and I wanted to see what the Derby League there was like, the Savannah Derby Devils. Because that's a big part of my life now, and I would want to make sure that I continue that. I kind of also wanted to see if I still liked Savannah. And it was really a successful trip. The first night I went down there, I kind of bar hopped a little bit, went to some places that I always go to and had a beer or two here and there. Had a beer at the Rail. Then what did I do? Sort of hazy. Oh, I had a beer at a place called Blaine's. I don't know. Did that, but then I went to Club One, which is a place I haven't been to in, since I lived there, really. And, so that was like 9 years ago was probably the last time I went there. And it was, I was just, talking to to one of the bartenders, just chilling out, watching they had a girl and a guy dancing. It was, it's like kind of always been like a gay club, I think, but it's also like the main dance club in Savannah. But so that was really fun. The girl dancer, Mary, was super hot. And definitely was working more for the money than the guy. The guy was just kind of moving back and forth, but Mary was like working it and shit, and she had like crazy outfit. It was awesome. And then two girls came up and just introduced themselves to me, and they were like, "You kind of look lonely, and want to hang out?" And so I was like, "Yeah." That was really cool. Caitlin and Ashley, they were rad. They were really cool girls, and had a great time. Ended up having drinks and dancing, and it was really cool. Let's see. And so that was like a really interesting thing. So like I'd flown in, I got in around like 7 or something like that, and went out that night, and like I kind of thought that would happen. Every time I've gone out in Savannah, I always find people, just meet people, and it's always fun. And then the next day on Sunday, I skated up practice with the Savannah Derby Devils, and that was like a great practice. It was really good. All the girls were really super friendly. They were really cool. Good skaters. They'd been around for like 6 years, so they're not like a really new league, which is kind of cool because they kind of have more of their shit together. Ordered a T-shirt from them. Let's see. And then on Monday, I had a meeting with a professor in the grad department of film, and that went really great. Kind of asked some questions, and he asked some questions about me, and kind of told me what his take on the school was, and I kind of talked a little bit about my time there, and then he asked me to come back and come to one of his classes that evening, and talk to them and ask them questions about the grad department, and they could ask me questions about working in Los Angeles and film and television and stuff, like I do. So that worked out super cool. They were super friendly. Then my mom drove up from Florida and we had, you know, hung out and walked around and then had dinner, and then she kicked my ass in Scrabble. She gets like this really sick joy out of like just beating my ass like brutally. She's just got a bigger vocabulary than I do. It's unfortunate. I said unfortunate. I could have said it's bad. I have a good vocabulary. Yeah. So that was cool because she only lives like 5 hours away from Savannah, so it'd mean I could like, you know, see her more often. God, I look kind of like beefy in this video. Like, I'm not really that. There, when I stand up, I don't look quite as like, but I'm like, it looks like I've got like guns and shit. Not true. 20 push-ups maximum, and those are like girly knee push-ups. And then the last day, I kind of, let's say Tuesday, oh, see, this is the craziness. I'll go back to it in a second. But, so Tuesday, I took care of some, like, registrations, like, registrar stuff. Like, I wanted to change my name so that if I did apply to that grad school or any other, you know, my records would be in my name, you know, not, like, my old name. And that was more difficult than changing my name with the state and the government. That was a challenge. But one thing I realized is, like, when you do it with the state, like, there's forms, and, like, the forms say, like, name and gender change. But here, I kind of, like, just assumed they'd figure it out. I'd be like, yeah, hi, you know, like, I want to change my, you know, my name and info and stuff. And they're like, okay, what was your name? And I'm like, the first woman I talked to, like, at the front desk or whatever, I was like, she's like, what's your name? I'm like, okay, Penelope Niederlander. She's like, I don't see your file. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It'd be under my old name. She's like, well, what was your old name? And I'm like, Zachary. And she goes, I'm still not finding it. And I'm like, oh, really? I mean, that's weird. Like, you know, like Zachary Niederlander. And she's like, is that hyphenated? And I'm like, what do you mean is that hyphenated? And she's like, so it's Penelope Zachary Niederlander. I'm like, no, Zachary. And she's like, oh, I get it. Penelope Zachary. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, so wait, like, that's not coming up either. And I'm like, no. I'm Penelope, but I used to be Zachary. And she's like, oh, right. And, like, it kind of went on through this for a bit. And then I'm like, no, I'm Penelope Niederlander now, but I was Zachary Niederlander. You know, like, and I just talked to, like, my bestie, and she was all, why didn't you just tell her that you were trans and saved yourself this entire headache? I didn't think about it. It just didn't occur to me, you know? It's been a long time. I just, you know, I think that I just assume people know. But, like, literally, I went through this, like, 3 times with people in the registrar's, like, office in various offices. And so I really probably made it harder than it was. But, oh, my God, even, like, when I was getting, like, my alumni card, my new one that has, like, my new name on it and stuff like that, I told them Penelope, and I thought they'd already changed my stuff in the system. But they typed in Penelope, and I guess, like, I saw them giggling behind the screen, like this girl and this guy, and they were like, we keep getting Zachary, like, and the guy looked at me, he's like, did you used to be Zachary Niederlander? And I was like, yeah, true story. I was just sitting there like, yeah, and he's like, thought I was just, like, playing along with his joke. He's like, you used to be Zachary Niederlander? And I was like, yep. And he's like, oh shit, oh, I'm sorry, I was just kidding. Like he totally didn't, I don't know. So I was like, dude, come on, what's more likely that, like, you know, fucking tranny walks into a bar or, like, you know, computer glitch? Like, don't worry, I get the joke, it's all good. So I did that, and finally got that sorted out. And then I skated my last practice with the Savannah Derby Devils, and that was a fucking great practice. I just learned a lot, and, like, so basically overall my Savannah trip was a super success. And but, you know, funny enough, I kind of don't see myself moving there anytime soon, but it is a possibility. I had a great time. I think I would have a great time in the school. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm filling up my time, and I think I will leave you at that, and hopefully make another video soon. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you later, braless. Bye.